morning, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all doing okay today. Pardon me. So, something that has bothered me societally for a little while is looking at the institution of marriage, specifically what it was supposed to be versus what it's becoming. So if you take a look at the wedding vows, as far as what you say during your wedding ceremony, and if you get married in any sort of a religious institution, the general thought processes that go into the premarital counseling versus how marriage is typically treated, it's definitely changed over the years. You know, the traditional vows, for better or worse, for sickness and health, rich and poor, as long as I'm alive. Well, that means my wife have done better and worse. We've done sickness and health. We've done rich and poor, rich air quotes. We've done not being on a first name basis with two collectors. And it just bothers me how disposable the institution of marriage has become. I don't think that by and large it's a good thing, especially for the kids of marriage, any kids that are involved in that. There's a ton of downsides to that for kids. First off, they get a lot of times, and I've seen this happen, they get played as pawns between the parents in their aggravations between each other. So, oh, well, they're a jerk. Oh, well, they're stupid. They're this, they're that. Not fair to the kids. They get drug into court. That if one parent just out and out leaves, especially if it's a father, not picking on women here, this is just facts. Children are multiple times more likely to end up in jail, have criminal records, have substance abuse problems, not graduate high school, especially if that's at a young age and the mom's a single mom. So that just really bugs me, how disposable marriage is treated. And I'll give you two prime examples of this. A buddy of mine, one of them, he got married, and due to his ex-wife's decisions, there were several of them that she made. They were divorced before their 1-year anniversary. Another buddy of mine, these are all guys I went to school with. Another buddy of mine, he got married a few years ago. And I think within the past year, I don't remember the exact date, his wife decided, I'm out. No real rhyme or reason. Her friends were encouraging that, but not a real serious rhyme or reason that I'm aware of. You know, I've known both of these guys for years, as far as their character, the way that they act. I will admit, one guy did have some anger management issues, but you know, if you know that going in, you don't get to, in my opinion, if you know a character fault going in, you don't get to play that card to get out. I think that you need to stand by them and help them work through it. Also, infidelity is just so prevalent. Guys all over the road. Is so prevalent, and you know that I don't blame people for wanting a divorce when their spouse is running around on them. But again, if you took your marital vows seriously, that's not going to be a problem you run into. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't. I used to work at a car dealership, and good golly, some of the stories those guys would talk about, and you know, all these guys were married at the time that I knew them, and married at the time that happened, you know, infidel. And I don't know if it's just that I'm finding out more getting older, or if it's becoming more prevalent, but I think it is becoming more prevalent because of phones. I think it allows people to find a way to or to find people to cheat on their partner with. I don't think that, as an example, I don't think that Tinder's doing society any favors. So, you know, if you marry someone, jump in with both feet. Accept the responsibility of the oath that you took. You know, and my wife and I, we've had to go to marriage counseling. Life is not perfect. Life is hard. It knocks you around, kicks you down, things like that. And on top of that, both of us are screwed up people. So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm by any stretch of the imagination the perfect spouse, or that she is. I love her dearly. But we've gone to premarital counseling, we've gone to marriage therapy, we've done, and then, you know, that's before you even get into the hard stuff. You know, we've buried a few people together. My dad died, we've lost a couple friends and family members. You know, sickness and health, for rich or for poor, we've been so broke we couldn't pay attention. And she's dealt with mental health issues. We've both dealt with physical health issues where we've had to, you know, help each other along a little bit to get better. So I just wish that marriage was, that people were taking their vows seriously all the way through. That, you know, hey, I'm not gonna love someone in a marital way other than you ever. Okay, that's a really solid start. Hey, here's all the things that life can throw at us that I'm not gonna leave you over. Okay, that's more seriousness. Hey, guess what? I'm not getting out of this so long as both of us are alive. So that gives you very narrow escape clauses. If you want to, word it that way, there's very few reasons that in the marriage vows you have to leave. And then on top of that, if you honor and respect those, you don't get to that point. So if you take it seriously, you really don't get there. And unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people do. And you can have your qualms about marriage as a man or as a woman, she is expected to stay home and be a homemaker, and I'm expected to go out and bust my tail all day. Okay, fine. Talk to her about it. Come up with something different. Well, I don't want to just be barefoot pregnant in the kitchen. Okay, fine. Talk to him about it. Iron that out with your spouse or with your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever. Set expectations. But just because of that doesn't mean that marriage is a bad institution. As an example, okay, rewind a month ago. I sprained my ankle pretty good while I was out on that road trip. Thankfully, it was the last night I was gone. I get home, I couldn't hardly walk. My wife comes outside and helps me get up the steps and into the house and get situated, and then she's taking care of me, ibuprofen and an ice pack. Great. If I was a single man, well, my mom's 65, not really fair to, hey mom, come here, let me lean on you a little bit, help carry me up the steps some. My sister is a single mother, and I didn't roll in till late, so sure, marriage isn't all sunshine and rainbows, but I tell you what, it's nice to have that partner to lean on when you need to lean on somebody. That's what I got on this one, folks. Thanks for tuning in.